Now let's say I have deleted a file in this vim sorting directory. Let's say I have deleted this file, the vim sorting thumbnail.ping. So let me just delete that file. The source has one less file than the destination. The destination still has that file. So if we try to sync this again, it sees that all the files present in the source are present in the destination. So even though there is an extra file in the destination, rsync wouldn't do anything about it. But if we want to have the destination directory as a perfect copy of the source, we have to delete those files as well whenever something gets deleted in the source. So for that, rsync provides an option -delete. We can pass it just like before by saying delete and vim sorting. So this way it will sync all the files in the source directory and also make sure that there are no extra files in the destination directory. So if there is any extra file in the directory, that gets deleted. Especially in these sort of cases, dry run comes to rescue. So if you want to see what would actually get deleted without actually going ahead and deleting it, we will pass in the dry run flag. And if I run this, it will show us that this file, vim sorting thumbnail, which is what we have deleted on the source, that is still present in the destination, will be what gets deleted. And that looks good. So we can take off the dry run option, and when we run this, this file would be deleted. And as you see in the destination, that file is no more present. So this is how we can synchronize the source directory and the destination directory. So this is especially useful if you're doing full system backups. So you want to keep everything that's present in your system and nothing else in the backup. So you can use this option to make sure that your backup is a perfect replica of what you have in your source. Another great feature that rsync provides is to exclude certain directories. So let's just go inside the vim sorting directory. Say this is supposed to be a git repository and I just did a git init. And as you might know, when you do this, a .git directory gets created, which can be seen in the source like this. Now this is an internal hidden directory that's not usually meant to be synced to the destination. So if we run the rsync command just like this, let me just remove the delete flag here. If I just run the rsync command directly, it will sync all the .git folders as well, which is probably not what you would want. And sometimes these hidden folders can get quite big and that can eat up your bandwidth as well. So what we want is to be able to exclude these files. Now we can do that by passing in the exclude flag. Again, let me just delete the vim sorting directory from destination. And this time for rsync, I pass in this extra flag, which is exclude, and I'll pass in the name of the directory that I want to exclude, which is .git. When we do this, rsync looks for a folder named .git, and any folder with the name .git gets ignored and it will not be synced. If we run this now, as you can see, the rest of the folder has been copied, but the .git folder is nowhere to be seen in this directory. So this is how you can exclude certain directories. You don't have to exclude only just one directory, you can pass in multiple directories as well. So if you want to exclude another directory, you can just add on another exclude and give the name of that directory here. And that will ignore all the directories with that particular name. So this is how you can exclude certain directories while running the rsync command. Now let's try to sync this video that I have, which is 1.8 gigabits. So rsync is usually pretty fast and it can sync huge files, but especially when we're dealing with a file like this, we know that it's going to take some time. So we would like to know the progress of the file transfer. So rsync provides a flag for that as well. For now, let's just try to sync that file by default. So I'm just passing in the V and A flags and we will run this. And obviously, because it's such a huge file, this is going to take a bit of time. It is sending the file over to the destination, but we don't know what's the current status. After about a minute, it finally shows that the data has been sent, and we can see the file created in the destination as well. But this is not usually great when we are syncing a lot of files, and that too huge files. So to get the progress information of the file transfer, we can use the -p flag, which stands for progress. But before that, I have deleted the file in the destination, and let's just try to do the rsync again, but this time by passing in the p flag for progress. And mind you, this is uppercase P. So by passing in the flag uppercase P, we are asking rsync to show the progress as well. Now when we run this, we can see rsync shows us a nice progress bar that we can easily understand. And the file has been synced again, but this time we were able to keep track of the progress. So this is much better. And finally, one last thing before we end this video. Let's say we are sending some huge text file that is going to take a lot of time while transferring, and maybe your network speed is not fast enough for the transfer. So in that case, we can ask rsync to compress the data before sending it over the wire, so you are sending less number of bytes to the destination. So the way you do the compression is by passing in the flag -z. So let's say we don't have this vim sorting directory, so again I'm going to delete this file for a bit. And here we come back to the same command. I'll just replace this with the vim sorting directory. This directory by itself isn't really huge, so this is not going to take any time. But if we had a huge text file or some other file that can easily be compressed, we can pass in the -p flag, and you are going to see a significant improvement in the performance. So the way we ask rsync to compress this is by passing in the -z flag like that, and we run it. The entire directory gets synced as we saw before. On the destination, it will not be a compressed file. Rsync takes care of decompressing as well on the other side. So what you have on the destination is an exact copy of what you have in the source directory. One thing to keep in mind is that passing in the -z flag for compression is not going to be of help when your file is already highly compressed, or when compressing a file isn't really going to change the size much. So for example, this MP4 file that I have is already highly compressed. So if I try to send that using -z, it's probably going to take a lot more time than what it normally would take, because compressing an MP4 file is going to take a lot of time, and even after compression, the size difference isn't really going to be significant. So whenever you're passing in the -z flag, just make sure that you're using it for things that can be easily compressed, like text files. And for other files, you are probably better off just sending them as it is. So those are all the ways in which you can use rsync. So that is all for this video. I hope this has been useful for you. If you like this video and others that I make, consider subscribing and liking this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.